I am 19 years old, living with PWS. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. I want to share a little bit about how PWS affects me. PWS is a spectrum disorder. If you Google PWS, the list of symptoms is long, and how it affects each person diagnosed with it can look different. Low muscle tone, hyperphagia, learning disabilities, anxiousness, sleepiness, and scoliosis are only a few of the major issues that may affect people with PWS. I wore a scoliosis brace for 22 hours a day for almost 9 years. I was one of the lucky ones and didn't have to have spinal fusion surgery. I suffer from anxiety. It's real, it's hard. Finding the right medication and learning coping techniques has made it easier for me to deal with this part of PWS. Sleep disorders, I don't think is talked about enough. I have narcolepsy with cataplexy. This is still one of the hardest things I have to deal with. For many years, I only went to school for half a day. I couldn't make it through a whole day. I missed out on so much. I slept through life, even a safari in South Africa. I am currently in a clinical trial, and this medication has been life-changing to me. I pray I will always be able to get this medication. But that is just a small part of my story. PWS is a spectrum disorder, and it makes no sense. I have talked with so many parents of young kids who seem to get a lot of the PWS symptoms early on. Their struggles begin early on, and and the parents are desperate for help for their child. But I also seen some of my friends with PWS succeeding and enjoying their lives. They attend school, go out with friends, get their license, everything a typical teen would do. PWS is not the first thing on their minds or the parents' minds. They seem to be beating the odds until they're not. For some reason, something changes and the freedoms they once enjoyed come to a complete stop. Things they used to do suddenly become stressful and are a danger to them. Some have passed away. I don't want this to happen to me or any more of my friends. I have tried to help a community by being in the clinical trials. I have answered a million questions, giving blood, lots of blood, hoping that there would be something for me and my friends. Those who were lucky enough to get in a clinical trial often found relief for some of the hardest parts of PWS, only to have to worry that the medication could be taken away because the outcome wasn't good enough. Good enough for who? For the families that were finally able to go out for dinner together without worrying about a meltdown? For the person with PWS no longer felt like they had not eaten for days? For the doctors who work tirelessly and give up time with their families to help us be able to stay with our family? For the most, the outcome gave them their lives back. I think that outcome is more than good enough. For 19 years, I have waited for a medication that would let me live to my full potential. 19 years of carefully planning everything I do to make sure I'm safe. I have a great job, really good friends, and get to travel a lot. None of this would be possible without the right supports put in place. My support system is crucial to make sure that I'm safe and don't end up as statistic. I want to be independent. I want to live without worrying about what might happen if my support system fails. I want my friends to be happy, to be safe and happy. We need to be seen, and we are not just PWS. We are people with hopes and dreams. I'm not giving up. I will continue to have hope that one day a medication will allow everyone with PWS to live to their full potential. Anything less than that is not an acceptable outcome. I must make it clear that I would not change my life with PWS. I like who I am, but sometimes it's like I'm scared. It's dark and I need your help. Please take a moment to stand with us in our shoes and see the world through our eyes. Envision our dreams. Think about living like you're dying. The best part of PWS is the exceptional thing is about making connections with all of you. PWS is hard. It's hard for all of us living with it. For our families, for all of us living with it, and for our families. It doesn't have to be. This outcome is not good enough. Thank you for your time today.